because of Trump tapes. A scandal has erupted regarding recordings of the President of the United States yesterday in Georgia with the Secretary of State urging the Secretary of State to fabricate votes to change the election results in Georgia. This is not going to be good for the Republicans going into Tuesday's vote. By all accounts, it will set up a potential Democratic win to get a $2,000 stimulus check into your bank account as early as next week. I have all the breaking details, the shocking development and scandal hitting across the board in the Trump tapes on this midday recording of Home Lalate. Thank you for joining me. This is Lalate. It's shortly after 12 noon on the West Coast, a little bit like around 12:30. Thank you for joining me on a big day with a lot of scandals erupting as a Washington Post scandal reveals Trump recordings with the Secretary of State of Georgia urging him to fabricate votes to change the outcome of Tuesday's election. I'll have all the details for you and how this will get you your $2,000 stimulus check. What a day it is. If you're not gone to the Funnest channel, subscribe, please do, because things are just changing by the minute. Thank you for the compliment, Kathy, about the green shirt. I really appreciate it. And also make sure you hit the alert button so you don't miss a video when I go live, because today is just getting a little bit shocking. It's a Sunday. I'm like, wait a second. As Peyton said, wait, what? Yes, Trump tapes 2021. Hashtag Trump tapes. Hashtag no executive order, but maybe someone's going to need to pardon him. Boy, let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news is that the Washington Post has revealed a shocking tape recording between the President of the United States, Donald Trump, and the Secretary of State in Georgia, calling him up yesterday and asking him to find F-I-N-D, find about 12,000 extra votes sitting around to change the election results. Thank you, Quintero. To change the election results so that the election is invalidated and to basically call off Tuesday's results as invalid as well. This is a taped recording revealed in the last 2 hours, and it comes amidst a firestorm of angry tweets between the president and the Secretary of State of Georgia online on Twitter earlier today. The tweet started by saying, Trump basically saying, hey, there's voter irregularity in Georgia. The Secretary of State said, no, there isn't. Then he said, yeah, there is. And then the Secretary of State says, just keep it up. I have the details for you. And then about an hour later, the Trump tapes, hashtag Trump tapes, which is in the tweet of this video, is now trending online, #1 in the United States. A recording of the President of the United States calling the Secretary of State of a state whose runoff election is on Tuesday, telling them to find, F-I-N-D, I'm quoting, exact word, find 12,000 votes. It's just mind-blowing. There's no way to twist the words. It's mind-blowing. And ultimately, I'm not here to be partisan. I'm not here to take sides. I'm here to get you your $2,000 stimulus check, which at this point, hey, you're going to get your $2,000 stimulus check. $2,000 stimulus check will land in your hands faster than anyone said you're being taped. Boy, let me explain how this $2,000 stimulus check can come faster than I ever envisioned before. Today, congressional leaders are being sworn in on Capitol Hill. House members, Senate members are being sworn in. And by being sworn in, they begin their new session of Congress Monday. The House is in session Monday to Friday next week. Then they're off for a week. Another vacation. But they are in session. They can do bills. They can do Cash Act 2.0. And by all accounts, they'll do Cash Act 2.0. The Senate is back in session as well. And they can receive Cash Act 2.0, a revision of the $2,000 stimulus check bill that needs a revision because it gives a stimulus check to rich people, a drafting error. They can get it sent to the Senate and get it passed. And how does it get passed? Let me explain the shocking great details. The shocking great details is if both the Senate seats in Georgia go blue, the Senate is then blue, the House is then blue, but the President of the United States is still in office for a few more weeks. So how can they get the $2,000 stimulus check out to you, even if the President of the United States doesn't want you to have the $2,000 stimulus check, even if he doesn't want to sign the bill? Very easy. They do what they did last time and have enough votes in the House, then have enough votes in the Senate, which they would, send it to the president. At that point, he doesn't sign it for some particular reason under this scenario. And then it comes back to the Senate and they do a veto override and they do a House veto override. They do not need to wait for Biden to do the $2,000 stimulus check. They can just do it like they did last time and then set it up for a veto override. And at that point, the stimulus check would go out. You would not have to wait to January 20th for this $2,000 stimulus check. You can get this done next week and have the check out about a week later. This is all major shocking news. And the shocking development as we sit here today is that the tape recording the President of the United States in a state in which there's an election runoff 2 days before the election, telling them to change votes is just, it just sort of smells like, how soon do I get my $2,000 stimulus check? Is it coming out tomorrow? Because at this point, it just sounds like I can just smell you printing the $2,000 stimulus check. I can just smell it. Really exciting, great news. There's 1,000 people in the room with just 6 minutes into this video, so I see the reaction as well. Remember, Cash Act 2.0 expired this morning. If you missed morning's Lalate, Cash Act 1.0 expired at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. All bills introduced to the Congress in the last session expired at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time today because that congressional body is no longer there. They have a new congressional body that's being sworn in today. Members of Congress are being sworn in today. Nancy Pelosi will be elected the new Speaker of the House again. Mitch McConnell was sworn in not wearing a mask, and they're doing all that and more. There's a whole other story I could do, which I'm not going to do, about how these congressional leaders are being sworn in today after not quarantining, after not doing COVID tests. Some were around COVID people that are positive, I could do that story, but it's like, who cares? There's going to be some congressional leaders that are going to test positive in the next few days because they're acting just sort of silly. And there's actually like 4 articles out there on CNBC and Politico about these congressional leaders are sort of ignoring COVID and just walking around with no masks and not quarantining. And yeah, so there's that story, but I don't have time to go over that. I'm focusing on your checks. And so with your checks, the great news is that that $2,000 could be coming very quickly. If you're joining me late, I'll have another update at the 15-minute mark. So Bertha just said, what did I miss? I'll have another update at the 15-minute mark. Now, for the rest of you, for the $600 stimulus check, let me cut back to that. Some of you have gotten it, some of you have not gotten it. Some of you are waiting for the electronic, some of you are waiting for the paper. So far, I have had no viewer report they've received the paper check. Has anyone received the paper check? If they have, drop it on the screen. I have seen no one report they have received the paper $600 stimulus check. By all accounts, it looks like it'll come starting Monday, Tuesday in people's hands. But I have seen no indications. Steve Mnuchin said it was sent out last week. I don't see anyone having received the $600 stimulus check by paper in their hands yet. So that's coming a little bit longer than they predicted. No surprise there. Then the $600 electronic, the $600 electronic, for people who have not received the $600 electronic, can you say on the screen, if you have not received your first stimulus check electronic, can you say on the screen if you did receive your first one electronic? Meaning, I have not gotten my second one, but I did receive my first one electronic. Because that is sort of the confusing issue, is whether people who got the first check electronically have still not gotten the second one electronically. First one, yes. Second one, no. First one, yes. Second one, no. Oh, wow. So that's where we got another one. First one, yes. Second one, no. First one, yes. Second one, no. Wow. So we've had a few people. First one, got the first one, but I presume not the second one. First one, yes. Second one, no. Wow. So that's a lot of viewers. Wow. So that's a lot of viewers who got the first one electronically, second one, no. So the good news I would say with that is, wow, that's a lot of viewers. So what I would say with that is give it time. I'm going to check back with you. We'll do this again maybe about Tuesday or Wednesday. I think by Wednesday it should be the big point. We have these extra holidays. We have these weekends. It's a little precarious. Most banks do not process things between Friday and Saturday. Most banks don't process things between Thursday and Friday when Friday's a holiday. So I don't want if you are a yes and then a no. I got the first one electronically. I've not got to the second one electronically. I would not worry because we're going to check back as a group around Tuesday or Wednesday. That's about when I think is the best point at which to sort of focus on that as well. $600 for individuals, $1,200 for a married couple, $600 for child dependents, and there you go. Not taken out for child support, not taken out for debt collections, and not taken out for past taxes. Now, the $2,000 stimulus check, Cash Act 2.0. How soon could you see it? If they do what they should do, they should really introduce Cash Act 2.0 on Wednesday in the House. They really should introduce it on Wednesday in the House, and then head it over to the Senate shortly thereafter, and then call it for a vote once those Georgia Senate seats are official. The Georgia Senate seats will not be official on Tuesday night. We know that. All the Georgia electorates say Georgia will not be certified for those two Georgia Senate seats on Tuesday night. So it may take a few days. So it's sort of dependent on how long it takes to get those Georgia Senate seats official certified, and to have those two Georgia senators sworn in. And as soon as they're sworn in, that is ostensibly when you could see the stimulus check timeline clear. Let me give you an example. Let's say the Georgia Senate seats are certified and by Thursday, and they fly those people right away to Washington to swear them in on Thursday. Then at that point, they need to do the bill, House, do the bill to the Senate, and they could get it to the Senate by Thursday if they started it on the House on Wednesday, and then it would land at the president's table. So you would need a few days for the veto override if the president doesn't sign it. So you would not see the $2,000 stimulus check next week. If the president signs it, you could see it at the end of next week. If the president doesn't sign it and they have to do a veto override, you would add an additional week. So you could actually physically see the $2,000 stimulus check in your hand, not this coming week, but the week after. If they introduce the bill on Wednesday to the House, the president and the Georgia Senate seats both go blue. The president signs it by the weekend. That check could be out next, a week from this coming Monday. So really exciting, great news. What I miss, I'll have another update for you at the 15-minute mark. There you go. This is $1,400. Yes, as Mia just said, this would be $1,400, the remainder of the $2,000 stimulus check. So if you got a $2,000 stimulus check, you would get $1,400. If you did not get one, you would get $2,000. That's for like adult dependents who didn't get a stimulus check. And there you go. Now, what's coming on Monday is Moolah Monday. Moolah Monday, Twisty Tuesday, and Way Out Wednesday. Because when you tune in on Monday, we're just going to start getting hit in the face with great, delicious second stimulus packages going live. PPP may go live shortly. EIDL grant for certain types of things will go live. Then later this week, you never know, maybe the free broadband, maybe the free rent, maybe the free food, maybe the free utilities. I always say that certain things take more time, but I've been wrong before. Some things go much faster than I even predict. So that's really great news. Remember, one of the things that's not going live is mortgage forbearance. There's no mortgage forbearance in place. So if you're if you are having mortgage problems and and you really have a big issue, and you don't think you can survive between now and the end of January, look and see whether your state has mortgage forbearance. If they don't, reach out to the volunteers at news.la.com/community. They may have some organizations that can help you for mortgage, because that is a big issue. There's no mortgage forbearance under the second stimulus. There is rent protection. Where is the eviction paper? KO. Great question. That is the CDC eviction protection. So you go to the CDC, that is Centers for Disease Control, and look for eviction protection. You have to print it out, fill it out, give it to your landlord, things like that. FPUC is the real big exciting thing that is hitting as well. I'll have a detail for that for you in about a minute and a half. But now, as we come up on the 15-minute mark, let me have the major breaking details for you as you join me. 1,500 people in the room. Wow. If you've not subscribed, of the 1,500 people, please subscribe. Go to the Funds channel, subscribe. There's so much breaking around the clock. This is a 24-hour news channel with 12 shows a day from early morning, from 1 o'clock in the morning to the next day. So please subscribe. Also hit the alert button so you don't miss a video when I go live. I'll be live later again this afternoon. Also like this video. The breaking details is Trump tapes. Hashtag Trump tapes. What is going on? Wow. What a day it is. The day started with a series of angry tweets between the President of the United States and the Secretary of State in Georgia, saying, you don't know how to validate elections. I do. You don't know how to do anything. You do. And then the Secretary of Georgia say, just wait your minute and I'm going to prove it up to you. And then about an hour later came the Trump tapes, a series of recordings published by the Washington Post, recording a telephone call between the President of the United States and the Secretary of State of Georgia yesterday. The President of the United States called the Secretary of State of Georgia and demanded him to, quote, find extra votes. It was somewhere about 12,000 votes. And he said, I want you to find extra votes so we can invalidate the Electoral College in Georgia, so we can invalidate the Georgia results. This is shocking. And what's shocking about this is less than 48 hours between the Georgia Senate runoff races. It's not going to bode well for those Republican candidates. And by all indication, it's going to set up that nice $2,000 stimulus check to land your bank account very quickly. My focus is to get you $2,000, and nothing sounds more delicious than a scandal against the people who don't want to give you a $2,000 stimulus check. Really shocking. And now, how fast could you get the $2,000 stimulus check? You could get it by next weekend, potentially. Well, it could be sent out as potentially as next weekend. Let me explain the incredible routing times now. The House of Representatives and the new Senate get sworn in today, and have already started to be sworn in today. The House goes back into session tomorrow. By Wednesday or Tuesday night, after the electorate votes are decided in Georgia, I presume on that day Nancy Pelosi will introduce Cash Act 2021, a revision of Cash Act, which expired at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time today. It expired because all bills from the last Congress expired at 9 a.m. today. She needs Cash Act 2021 because the current one the expired one, has a stimulus check for rich people. Doesn't make sense. So she needs to revise it. It would pass the House in a few hours and then go to the Senate. It could go to the Senate on Wednesday. And then what? Well, once the Georgia Senate races are validated, and those senators out of Georgia have been determined as the winners, they will be flown to D.C. as quickly as possible, sworn in, and at that point you could have the vote in the Senate potentially as early as maybe Thursday. At that point, the bill could land on the president's table, and either he signs it or he vetoes it. If he signs it, then you could have the stimulus check in the mail shortly thereafter, literally 24 hours thereafter. If he vetoes it, then they would still have enough votes to override it based upon the vote of the last second stimulus. All really exciting news. Suddenly, you see things happening very quickly. Will I be answering questions? Yes, I'll be answering questions at around the 25-minute mark in about 6 minutes from now. So there you go. Meantime, let me cut back to the second stimulus check. Viewers are now reporting, a lot of viewers, in a Q&A a few minutes ago earlier in this video, I asked viewers who had electronically received their first stimulus check if they have not received their second stimulus check. And a lot said yes. So don't worry. If you electronically receive your first stimulus check, but electronically have not received the second one, don't worry. I'm going to check back with you around Tuesday or Wednesday. At that point is when I'm going to start to get a little bit antsy, but not yet. It's too early to be worried. Then for paper checks, there's no report of anyone having received a paper check now, even though Steve Mnuchin said they were going to be sent out earlier this week. So there you go. Meantime, tomorrow is Moolah Monday, and then comes Twisty Tuesday and Way Out Wednesday. Why? Because the big events of the second stimulus package roll out. Let me go over them and the routing times. Ultimately, I want you to get a pen and paper or make a mental note about the items you want to be ready to pounce like a hawk and just sort of come on it. And just come on in and just eat and just grab them as quickly as possible because this is limiting funds. First, the great news is that SNAP benefits were starting to be paid on December 31st. SNAP benefits are 15% increase on your existing benefits if you're already on SNAP. If you're not, then call 211 or reach out to DOA to apply. Up to $1,400 if you're in the state of Hawaii per month. If your child is staying home because of the pandemic from school, call up SNAP as well. You will get an additional $114 for that child per month. Next, what's happening for FPUC is quite shocking. I'll be bringing on set for Bean and Mitch live later this afternoon a copy of that new report that shows which states are fast and which states are slow on FPUC. Ultimately, you're one of the best indicators of who's fast and who's slow. Tyrell on Mornings Lalate out of New York said he physically got his $300, I think it was yesterday or this morning in the state of New York. That's the first state that I hear a viewer actually physically receiving the $300. California and New Jersey. Oh, December 30th. Oh, there's Tyrell. I didn't see you, Tyrell. Thank you, Tyrell. Tyrell got it on December 30th. So California and New Jersey are now showing, in some cases, pending. Others show horrible, crazy things like inactive or ineligible and things like that. But some people show Duval. Frederick says Duval. I'm forgetting what state is Duval in. If your state shows pending, drop it on the screen. California shows pending. Yes, California, and we're talking about the FPUC, the $300 for FPUC. If you are in a state where you see pending, drop it on the screen. But I have so far heard California and New Jersey among some of the states that show pending so far. Oh, so Florida. Oh, so someone in Florida shows pending for the $300. Wow, I'm shocking. So there we go. That is really good news. Florida was one of the slowest. Pending for Arkansas, good. Pending for Arkansas, that's good as well. That is really good news. Ultimately, I want to see when you actually mine is pending in Arizona, Missouri pending. Good. So we show a lot more pending. That's good news. I want to see then in the next 2 days when people actually physically get it. So we see then Arizona, Missouri, Florida, among the ones, Maryland, among the ones pending. Great news. I want to see when the FPUC, this is FPUC referring to the $300 when it's pending for viewers as well. Indiana, there we go. I got mine, Ohio. Oh, Mary got her 300. Mary, you got your 300 for Ohio? That would be really good. So that would be my second state along with New York that someone has gotten their $300 for FPUC. That's incredible. Why aren't you talking about the Temple of Doom losing as Speaker of the House? Well, at the time I went on camera, she was not losing the Speaker of the House. Did something happen when I went on camera? Pennsylvania, pending. Good. That's good. Pending Ohio. Wow, so we do have a lot of pendings. That's really good news. Still can't certify in Colorado. Yes, what I want you to know is that some viewers may, in California, for example, show inactive, and other people may show pending. Ultimately, some people are going to be slower. Some people are going to be higher, faster. But ultimately, I want to see who's getting the moolah in the pocket. So did that one viewer in Ohio actually receive the $300? That would be great news. What is new? Will it just be $1,400? Of course it'll be $1,400. So there you go. So the other great things happening with Moolah Monday is really the advent of EIDL 300, the FPUC, PPP, and everything else that could be coming later in the week, potentially like free rent, free utilities, free internet. All these things are very exciting, and I want you to get these things as soon as you can. Ultimately, these things are going to come very quickly. There's no announcement. There's no pomp and circumstance. If you're new to this channel in the last few months, basically what happens with these programs is that you just wake up one morning, and then suddenly someone tweets, "It's live." That's just how it is. You just wake up and then suddenly someone says, "It's live. Hurry up! It's live." It's like, "What's live?" The thing is live. Go apply quickly. Hurry, apply. That's how it is. And you literally have this swarm of hundreds of thousands of people just swarming to apply for something. So that's literally how it happens. And I gave this example a day or two ago, but I want to explain this again. This is um this is how things happen when things go live for stimulus packages. Let me give you this example. In May, EIDL reopened for everyone for about a week. No, about 5 days. It opened on a Monday, and people who applied on Monday, some got paid by Monday evening. Some who applied later on Monday got paid on Tuesday. Then on Tuesday, people who applied on Tuesday did not get paid on Tuesday or Wednesday. They got paid on Thursday. By Wednesday, guess when the people from Wednesday got paid? Not on Wednesday, not on Thursday, not on Friday, finally on Monday. When people applied on Thursday, when did they get the money? Never. It was locked out. It was run out of money. So that's how things move very, very quickly. You saw in a story that I just revealed to you, between Monday and Thursday, the entire program ran out of money. So that's how these things happen. It's really just shocking. And now with that, let me answer some of your questions. And at the 26-minute mark, um, Bacon Congress, I love that. I didn't have to, Lalate, I didn't have to fill out an unemployment voucher to fill out this week. Just wasn't there. Should I worry? Yeah, you have to certify for benefits. So make sure you just watch to see when you can certify for benefits. Every state is doing it a little bit differently. Is this live? It is live, Manuel. Still waiting for Oregon to switch me to UI. Did they pass the $2,000? No, but that is likely to happen next week. Will the old EIDL come back? Yes, in late January, not next week. This is the other EIDL. What about Georgia? The Trump tapes. Thank you for everything. If Nancy's losing the House, how will it affect our stimulus? It won't. LA, will Biden follow through on what he says? Yes. What happens if McCarthy wins? He won't win. Maybe another Republican, maybe another Democrat will win. What is FPUC? FPUC goes on top of your UI and PUA. It's $300 a week going forward. How do we get rent help in Ohio? Ohio Community Action is paying rent in Ohio. But if you've looked at your state and city and county and can't find it, reach out to the volunteers at news.llate.com/community. Also, open the pinned comment below and you can see a little bit more about them as well. Do you have to redo this? I don't know what that means. Indiana, do you have to file a new claim since PUA expired? No, you have to wait for them to switch you from inactive to active. But every state is different, so watch the news articles where you are in your respective state. How much this time? When they do this time, they would put the adult dependents back to the full amount, 2,000. San Diego is offering $3,000 payable to landlords. Just apply with the city. Oh, thank you. So San Diego City has rent stimulus. San Diego County rent stimulus expired, but the city has stimulus. That's really good news. Anyone know about updates from Maine about PUA? I don't know. $2,400 third stimulus check? Yes. Any help for homeowners? Biden will likely do executive order for mortgage forbearance, but if you're having problems with your mortgage, then the volunteers can help you with some nonprofits that are helping with the mortgage. What about the $2,400 SSI? That's third stimulus check and third stimulus package. If you're interested in the $2,400 of SSI and SSDI, always tune in to third stimulus check and third stimulus package, which is the third video on Afternoons LA. Afternoons LA is first check, then purple, and then third stimulus check and third stimulus package. Hopefully I get to that video today because I'm running a little bit late. Since this has happened, will they actually introduce a revision of the Cash Act? They have to introduce a revision of the Cash Act, yes. Or they'll just call it a new Cash Act 2021, because the old one has expired. Ohio PUA says active. Someone I can tag. Oh boy. Well, no one is on the. I would wait to tag. Well, mm, I would wait to tag on Monday when they get back on the Senate floor, on the House floor. But all the usual, the House progressives, AOC, the head of the House Progressives, which I guess is Progressive USA or something like that on Twitter, and the Twitter campaign should be hashtag stimulus check 2000, stimulus check 2000. And there you go. Now at the 30-minute mark, let me give you an update where we are across the board. The shocking development is that in the last 2 hours, a series of Trump tapes, hashtag Trump tapes, hit social media after they were released by the Washington Post. What are these tapes? There's tape recordings from yesterday in which the President of the United States calls the Secretary of State of Georgia's Secretary of State, and instructs him to, quote, find about 11,000 extra votes to invalidate the election. This is in the last 48 hours before the Georgia Senate races resume. And this is just sounding delicious for your $2,000 stimulus check. This is no bueno for Republicans trying to win those Georgia Senate seats if the president himself is actually telling the Secretary of State to make up votes. And if that is true, if this is all falls where it's likely to fall, then you could see a potential blue Georgia, you could see a potential blue Senate by the end of the week, and a Cash Act 2021 pass the Senate by the end of the week as well. The House resumes session tomorrow. They're likely to take Cash Act 2021 up for a vote by mid of the week after the Georgia races are over, and then send it to the Senate. And at that point, either the president signs it or vetoes it, it will still become law. Great news. Thank you for joining me. Join me next on Afternoon Check at 3:30 Pacific Standard Time, about 3 hours from now. Check, then Purple, then third stimulus check and third stimulus package, and then Bean and Mitch live. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, and stay FI Live for more.